Light on. There it is. Alright. Yeah, and I haven't made a video in, I don't know, what's it been, like a week? Earlier this week, yeah, that 2-cycle stuff I worked on. Alright, so this is that Craftsman. I don't even know if I showed it, but I got this free last weekend. It started and ran. It had a huge mouse nest in the motor, and it was low on oil, and it had sludge in there. But good old, it's an 03, right? 03, 04, 04. Still ran. So cleared the mouse nest out, and changed the oil, put fresh in, and there's also a new air filter in there now too. And fired right up, runs perfect. I can tell you right now, if one of those newer engines was in that condition, no way, would have been shot for sure. And what else did I do? That was, oh yeah, sharpen the blade, right? Sharpen the blade. And then I just got done touching up because it had, you know, some paint chipping off on the deck in a few areas. So I got it with the green. Repainted the engine block black. Hit the handlebars with the black just to give it a nice fresh, you know, like it's not all beat up looking. And the handle on the bag got that fresh. But what I'm gonna do is I took pictures of it before I touched it up, the way Ellismowers sells a bunch of mowers, and he sells a ton of mowers with paint loss on the deck, and he still gets pretty decent money, but he's moving a lot of them, you know, very rapid. When you're moving that many in that condition, it kind of balances out for spending the extra time doing this. So what I'm gonna do, what I did was I took pictures of it before I painted it, and then in the morning I'll take pictures of it now, you know, redone. The green is slightly off. You can tell more right now at night than you will be during the day. Once this is completely dry and during the day, it's going to be really, really hard to notice. I know with this green for sure. That Honda, on the other hand, that I repainted, I didn't know. So when I did it at night, it looked great. In the day, it looked horrible. And I just sold that Honda today for $350. I put it on last Friday. It's next Saturday. That Saturday, I had 2 calls for it. 2 people contacted me for it via Craigslist. A call I missed, and a person that texted me and offered me $350 because I had it on for $400. I would have taken the $350 at 3:30 on Saturday, last Saturday. I had to wait 6 days, and then this morning I woke up. There was a guy planning on coming tomorrow and paying $300. He decided, he read reviews that it has problems when you go to pull it back. It doesn't. I know they don't, because it's the same system that the ones they made 20 years ago had. They do if you don't keep them maintained, and those keys that are spring loaded don't do what they're supposed to do, allowing the wheel to bypass. But under proper maintenance, they work fine. So I told him that. I said, listen, straight up, they don't have a problem like that. I work on this stuff. Okay, that only happens due to lack of maintenance. If dirt gets back there, jams up those keys, and you don't lubricate them. I said, you know, maybe every 10 years, you gotta take the back wheels off, just clean them, spray a little WD-40, and you're fine. So he was still ready to come see it tomorrow. And then right after that, like literally right after that, a guy called. He lived right down Riders Lane, so I guess he was right in East Brunswick. said I could be here in a half hour. I'd like to come look at it. I said, sure, no problem. He came. I started it up for him. I told him it was given a full tune-up. It had light use. The deck had been completely repainted, so the thing looked like brand new still. And they are $585 out the door with tax. Minimum. No extended warranty. He handed me the $350 and walked off. So I got it. So patience worked, and that was Craigslist. And I just recently, as of yesterday, opened Facebook back up. And so now I have access to another platform for selling. It's actually a few platforms. It's not like it's just one, like Craigslist is one platform with four different sections in the state. It's, you know, for those who don't know, most people should, I guess. I'm the one that didn't know. It's, because 10 years ago they didn't have Marketplace, and I got laughed at trying to sell stuff. Well, obviously the need was there because I left and then Marketplace came out. So evidently there was a niche needed. So anyway, you go on there, you've got the option to put it in like different... First of all, you post the thing, and then you have option of putting it in these different sections. Like one would be Central Jersey, then there'd be one for the town, then there'd be another one, a secondary Central Jersey, and other type of categories. So I think I signed up for like 4 total, 1 in the town, 2 Central Jerseys, and 1 other one. So now, basically what that is like Craigslist having one section, and you post it 4 times. Central Jersey, North Jersey, South Jersey, Jersey Shore, except you post it 1 time and then you pick the areas you want it. So East Brunswick, Central Jersey, Piscataway, Jersey Shore, South Jersey, North Jersey, whatever it is, whatever. And I guess you're allowed to do up to 20 of them. You're allowed to pick up to 20 of them. But what's nice is you only have to list it 1 time, and then you can pick all those sections, and then boom, you list it and it all goes out in one shot. Not like where you have to repeat yourself on Craigslist 4 times. You got to do, 4 times. So Central Jersey, then you got to do it again. Jersey Shore, upload all the photos and the listing and all that again. With that part's easy. You just copy and paste it, boom, boom. It's the photos that take the most time. You pick the point on the map where you want the arrow to be, or the dot. I always use a main intersection nearby here. And then the hardest part is you got to pick the photos all over again, up to 24, and you've got to let them upload. And then you got to, you put them in the order you want. I think Marketplace, it lets you pick 10 photos total, so it's less photos. Also, I noticed they talk about tax and they talk about shipping. If I do start getting bites on there, it's cash only. Okay. Because I'm not taking the digital payment, because anything over $600 in a year and you're getting taxed. No thanks. Not on that low of a number. What else? Yeah. Something about shipping. It's always going to be local pickup, almost always. Because it's local anyway, so why would there be shipping? If it's a tractor, yeah, there could be delivery. I could deliver up to half hour, 45 minutes. I've done that before. That's one thing. But I don't see myself shipping anything. But it's going to be cash, no shipping, and delivery if necessary for certain things, where people simply don't have the means and they're willing to pay extra. Okay, that's fine. So now that's good. I have those extra sections to sell on, but it still ended up being good old Craigslist, because I thought Craigslist was dying out. Craigslist was fine all the way through the winter. It didn't get slow until, I don't know, a month or 2 ago. But that went in conjunction with when inflation and the prices of everything went through the roof, and gas got ridiculous. So I don't know that, you know, some people say Craigslist is dead in their area. Craigslist has been a boom for me for the last 10 years up until just recently. But I think that just corresponded more with the fact that everything is so freaking expensive right now. People have less money to spend, so you're just not hearing as much noise. But either way, it's nice to have that extra area to sell. So now I've got Craigslist, OfferUp, and Facebook Marketplace, different sections. But anyway, what I was saying was, Ellismowers, he sells a ton of those mowers, you know, mechanically good to go, full tune-up, but cosmetically they're not in the greatest shape, right? They're missing some paint, they don't look perfect. Sometimes they're missing a cover or missing a piece or a wheel cap. For me, I'm more of a perfectionist. I can't, like, do things like that, like, but I wanted to try it anyway. So before it got dark, I took photos of it as it was, with the paint peeling off in a couple areas on the deck, the engine block, no paint on it, and the bag, the handle was, you know, like rusty looking. I'm gonna put it on tonight like that for $125, knowing full well in the morning I'm gonna take photos and then list it at $150, and I want to see if it would have sold for the $125 as it was, and then that'll tell me, was it worth the extra hour and I don't know, a couple bucks in paint to make it look perfect, or just sell them like that. Like I said, if you're banging out like 4 or 5 of them in a day or whatever, or in a 2-day period, you know, it might be worth it to just leave them, you know, not perfect, sell them for a little less, because you're balancing out, you're saving time and money, and it's balancing out, right? Then it makes sense. But if you're only selling, you know, right now one, and you spend an extra hour and $1 or $2 in paint, and then you make it look perfect, and you get that extra 25, to me, I don't know, it just seems like it'd be worth it to get the extra 25, and you know, and it looks like a really good mower, and it is a good mower. I mowed with it. It cut great, and I mowed with those mowers 17 years ago. Those same mowers, and they worked great back then. They're simple, well-built, solid units with minimal maintenance, last a very long time. Can't ask for much better. That's why there's so many of them still around, and still can be saved, because they were built so well. You know, you're not going to get as much money for them because they look older, right? Obviously. Even if you got one in mint condition, it still looks older. It's an older model unit. It's got a primer, right? But no, other than that, I mean, they're actually better mowers in a lot of cases than the new stuff. They are better mowers. It's 100% made in the USA. It's thicker steel. It's a better engine. The components are built heavier duty. Yeah, I mean, you don't see this anymore. Believe me, this made a huge difference. See it right here. 31/04, March 31st, 2004. So, oh, that's right. I got one little area left. I'm not going to paint the whole back area. I'm just going to paint these 2 little back ends where you can see it with the door shut. And then this sticker was just, you know, you can see how it got caught, like, you know, hit by a bush, so it was peeled up. I taped it. It don't look terrible, but I think I have one at the garage that's in perfect condition. So I'll take a quick run over there and see if I do, and if I do, I'll grab it and put that one on, because it'll look better. In fact, I'm almost 100% positive I do, because yeah, I do. A guy gave me a gold one. They made these in gold, like a gold brown, green and red. I used one that was red. They also made them in gold and this green. They either had the Tecumseh or the Briggs. You know, the Tecumseh Eager one. They were good motors too. And the Briggs Quantum. I've had all three colors with both combination of engines. So, guy actually, he called me because he had a couple things he wanted to get rid of free. So he gave my uncle one of those Craftsman rear engine riders, and my uncle got about $350 for that, and it needed, I don't know, he spent an hour on it, and he sold it for $350. And then and that had one of those strong 10 horsepower Tecumseh engines. I have one on the side of the garage. It's not in as good a shape. All the tires are flat. It's been sitting there, but the engine's covered. And then he had one of these gold mowers, but he had to meet me at Votech to give it to me. And that was 2 years ago, I think it was. I ended up taking it apart for its parts because the deck was rotted out. So that's the conclusion of it. That's what I did. That's what's going on. And I'm going to find out tomorrow whether or not it was worth it to spend that extra time or not. I think I should be able to get $150 for that, no problem. I know I have in the past. Probably even a little bit more than that if I really want to, now that I made it look perfect. So that's what I just wanted to touch base on what was going on. That's what's going on. All right. Later, stranger.